Okay, so this is going to be a spinal health flow. I wrote out some stuff, so here we go. You're going to begin in a seated position. I like butterfly, but if Sukhasana is easier for you, or easy pose, easy cross-legged, that's fine. Let's start by connecting to our breath. Start taking some deep inhales through the nose and exhaling loudly throughout the mouth. These are really cleansing breaths. It helps to get rid of stagnant energy in the body. Keep going with that at your own pace. Maybe take 2 or 3 more. Bring the awareness to the tip of your nose, to the air flowing in and flowing out. Begin to deepen your breath, breathing first into the belly, then into the ribs, and then into the chest. And when you exhale, let go of the air in your chest first, and then your ribs, and then your belly. Want to get out? Keep breathing. Let's invite some movement into the body. On the next inhale, start to roll your neck to the right side, to the left. Slowly, with intention, don't rush it. This is a very delicate part of the body. You never want to whip it around. When you feel ready, go ahead and switch sides. Next time you come chin to chest, go ahead and take a deep breath there. And lift your neck back to a neutral position. Inhale, arms reach above the head. Stretch really, really high, and then bring right hand to left knee. Left arm comes behind you, kind of like a kickstand. And a gentle twist here. If it's a lot on your neck to look over your shoulder, go ahead and tuck your chin down into your chest. On your next inhale, release and reach back up to the sky. Exhale, we'll do the same on the other side. Your next inhale, release, and reach up to the sky again. Exhale, plant the hands in front of you. In a comfortable way, swing the legs around into a tabletop position. We'll do a few cat-cows here. On the inhale, gaze looks up, tailbone reaches up. Exhale, rounding the spine, tailbone, tucking the chin into the chest. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Do about 3 to 5 more of these on your own breath. feel ready, return to a neutral tabletop position and start to do some circles with the hips. Start loosening them up a bit. We'll be doing a lot of twisting, a lot of folding. We want to make sure that we're loose and we're warm. You can spin around in circles on one side. Maybe go again to the other side. You can kind of wag your tail like a dog. Just invite movement into the hips, wake them up a little bit. And then we'll come down to child's pose. Arms are reaching out in front of you. I know it's a little hard to see me right now. Arms reach out in front of you. Active fingertips, so kind of like all your fingertips are on the mat and your palm is up a little bit. This will really get into the shoulders. The idea is to have the hips and the low back be coming close to the ankles. They don't necessarily have to be touching, but that's the idea. So as long as you have that intention, you're in the right spot. Maybe sway around a little bit from side to side, waking up the shoulders. And from child, we'll move into tabletop, just quickly to move into down dog on an exhale. Stay here for a second, walk out the dog. You can pedal your feet to the floor. Stretch out the hamstrings a bit. Don't forget to keep breathing. Inhale, eyes reach forward. Exhale, step or hop to the front of your mat. And we'll hang here for a minute. Big bend in the knees. Big bend in the knees to release the low back. Maybe grab opposite elbows. Sway side to side. Giving the back a nice little stretch. Next, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms reach all the way up to mountain. Exhale, hands at heart center. Inhale, legs bend, arms reach up, chair pose. Make sure that you are really activating your lower core here to protect the low back. It'll be suctioned in a little bit like you're zipping up the stomach. Hands at heart center. Big inhale. Exhale, prayer twist to your right. Left elbow will hook onto the right knee. Check in with your knees here. Make sure that they're still in line. The left one will typically come out a little bit forward. Try and pull it back. You may not twist very far, that's okay. This is a really difficult posture. On the next inhale, release that forward fold. Next inhale, chair pose. And on your next exhale, we'll prayer twist again to the left side. Again, checking in with the knees to make sure that they're even. Exhale, release. Hang here for a second. That one can be really intense. Maybe bend one knee at a time. Stretch out the hamstrings, the low back a little bit. Go ahead, move your hands forward and your feet back into a high plank posture. And then we'll move through a vinyasa. Inhale, shift your body forward. Exhale, lower down all the way to your belly. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, plant the right foot between the hands and stand for warrior one. next exhale, move to warrior two, opening up the hips. Inhale. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, extended side angle. Exhale, triangle. Let's stay here for a minute. On your next exhale, you're going to revolve your triangle. If you need to shorten your stance a little bit, that's okay. Also, if you need some sort of bolster, like I'm using a block right here, the important thing is that your shoulders are stacked, not that you're touching the floor. If you need to put a little bend in the knee, that's okay. If you need to fall over, that's okay too. And exhale, release into pyramid pose. Both legs are straight and you're just bending over that right leg. Big inhale. Exhale, lower the left knee down into a low lunge. And we'll come up to hands at heart center. Big inhale. Exhale, hook left elbow on right knee, open for a prayer twist. If you'd like, you can extend arms for a little bit more stretch. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, plant the hands. Move your right ankle towards the left palm and come down into pigeon pose. This might be really, really intense. It is for a lot of people. We're in the IT bands right now. That's super, super tight part of the body. If this is too much for you, you can go onto your back and put the right leg, right ankle over the left knee, and you can pull the left leg in towards your torso, and that will give you the same stretch, but it takes the gravity out of the situation, makes it a little less intense on the body. It's also good if you're having trouble in your knees. Take a couple more breaths here. See where you can let go a little bit. What are you holding that you don't need to hold? Where is there tightness that you can let go of? And on the next inhale, tuck left toes, push up through three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And now we'll do the other side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Plant the foot between the hands, and we'll step up for warrior one. Exhale, warrior two, opening your hips to the side of the mat. Big inhale here. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Big inhale here. Exhale, straighten the leg and open for triangle. Again, if you need a block here or some sort of prop to raise you up a little bit to let the floor meet your hands, that's 100% okay. On the next exhale, plant the right hand down and open on the left side for a revolved triangle. I'm going to use a block here. Again, a little bend in the knee is okay if necessary. Super hard to talk in twists. Gotta build that lung power. Exhale, plant the hands by the foot, lower the right knee to the ground. Low lunge. Inhale, chest lifts, hands at heart center. Big inhale. Exhale, hook the right elbow for a twisting to your left. Inhale, coming to center. Exhaling, planting the hands, popping the foot up, and stepping back through three-legged dog. Oh, I skipped pigeon. So come back in, bring that left ankle to the right palm, and we'll go ahead and sit into our pigeon for a minute. Inhale, plant the hands, extend the spine. Exhale, tuck the right toes, lift up and back through three-legged dog. Plant the feet, walk out your dog a little bit. And from here, we'll drop down into a wide-legged child's posture. Toes will touch, knees about as wide as the mat, arms outstretched in front of you. Let's rest here for a minute. On the next inhale, bring the knees closer to the torso and then move into a position where you're laying on your belly. Both arms will come down on either side, palms facing up. Trying to get into a position where you can see me a little better. Okay. Palms will be facing up. Right cheek meets the mat. On the next inhale, you're going to lift your chest and your legs up for locust pose. I'll show you this sideways so you can see it from another angle. Really activating the belly here. This is really good for strengthening your back. Hold it for one more breath. Exhale, right cheek meets the mat. Release. Inhale, grab the ankles with the hands. Let them sit in there for a second. Big exhale. Inhale, push your ankles into your hands and come up for bow pose. Again, I'll show you this from the side so you can see it from another angle. Again, this is a strengthening back pose. We spend so much time ignoring our back body that it's really important that we give it some strength building as well. On your next exhale, lay back on the belly, left cheek meets the mat. Take a couple breaths here. Inhale, plant the hands next to the face. Move through a tabletop position to a standing on knees position. Knees will be about hip distance apart, just comfortably standing. Place your hands on your low back. Big inhale. Exhale, back bend. this might be it for you. If you want a little bit more, and if it's accessible to you, you can reach for the ankles. That might be really, really intense. This is a super vulnerable posture. A lot of emotional energy has become stirred up in this posture, so if you're feeling really threatened here or vulnerable, you can go ahead and ease out of it. If you're enjoying the stretch, stay for another breath. And on your next exhale, slowly reach back up with the crown of the head. And then we'll sink our glutes back to our ankles. And again, rest into a child's pose to counteract those back bends. Take about 3 breaths here. On the next inhale, plant the hands and come up to seated on your shins. And exhale, go ahead and swing the legs around so they're fully extended in front of you. Feet are flexed back towards you for an extra stretch. And we'll inhale, reaching, extending the spine, and exhale, forward folding, looking for our feet or our ankles to hold on to, but shins, knees, thighs, everything's okay. Just make sure you hinge at the hips before you round the spine. Go as far as you can, hinging before you round. On the next inhale, we'll go ahead and extend our torsos back up. And we will slowly lower down vertebrae by vertebrae onto our backs. On the next inhale, we'll come into bridge pose. We'll do this sideways so you can see it. If you have a block and want to do restorative bridge, you can place it directly above your sacrum in any of the levels. So the lowest level would be something like this. And the next level would be like this. And, find a spot that's comfortable for you where you're not working to keep it up. This is meant to relax you and to do the work for you. Or you can do it on the highest level, which will be really, really intense. Or you can do it with no prop and use your muscles to hold you up. Both of these are really good for building strength in both the core and the back and getting into those muscles there. On the next exhale, release your bridge. We're going to do this one more time. For those of you who don't have full wheel in your asana practice yet, you'll do it a couple more times. Inhale, lift the pelvis. Exhale, release. Now if you have full wheel and you want to incorporate that into your practice, my phone's saying low battery, so hold on. Okay. If you have full wheel and you want to incorporate that into your practice, now is the time to do that. If you don't have full wheel or aren't comfortable doing it today, then just do a couple more bridge poses as you see fit. I'll give you some time here to work on your wheels or your bridges, whatever you're choosing to do in this time. Remember when you're coming out of your wheel to do so slowly as to protect the back. We don't want to do anything that's shocking to the body. Go ahead and take wheel another time, bridge another time. A few more moments to work on these back bends. When you're ready, return to laying flat on your back. Knees can stay bent. You can bring them into the chest and roll around from side to side, giving yourself a much deserved back massage. Definitely want to give some love to the spine. It's the most important part of spinal health is making sure it knows you care. Your relationship with your spine is a very important one, and I suggest you tend to it. So from here, we're going to extend the left leg, keep the right leg bent in. Feet are flexed on the left side. We'll bring the right knee towards the right armpit a little bit, and then take the left hand, bring the right knee across the body for a supine twist. Now, if you're like me and you're really tight back here in your low back and in your hips, your knee may not completely touch the floor. The important part is that your shoulders are both touching the floor. So use some sort of a prop, a blanket, a pillow, a bolster, a block, whatever it is you need to let your knee rest. It's not an efficient twist if you are bringing your shoulders up to get your knee down to the floor. We'll lay here for about a minute. The longer you lay in this position, the more it gets into the deep tissue, the fascia, which is where we hold most of the tension when we're having chronic pain or imbalance in our bodies. About 10 more breaths. Next inhale, go ahead and release from that, bringing the knee into the chest for a quick hug before extending it out. Next to the left leg, maybe shake out the legs a little bit, and inhale, bring the left knee into the chest towards the armpit for a little stretch into the hip socket. Using the right hand to bring the left knee over to the side, we'll twist again on the other side. Again, keeping the shoulders down to the floor and using a block or bolster if you need to prop up the leg. Another breath or two here. And on the next inhale, bringing that left knee back over in front of the chest, giving it a quick hug, and placing it down next to the right foot. Shake out the legs again. And then bring both knees in. And we'll do a happy baby before we prepare for our final resting pose. Bring the peace fingers around the big toes or the palms around the outside of the foot. Elbows on the inside of the knees. Go ahead and just rock around a little bit, roll around. Maybe take turns lengthening one leg and then the other. Play a little bit here. And then bringing the bottom of the feet together into a butterfly pose, lowering the hips down slowly. Bring the arms out to rest at our sides, feet in front of us. And we'll begin into our final resting posture. Bring your awareness to the tips of your toes, tops of your feet, the bottoms of your feet, the ankles. Relax. Shins, knees, thighs, hips. Relax. Belly, ribs, chest, shoulders, arms. Relax. Palms, knuckles, fingertips. Relax. The neck, the throat, the jaw. Relax. Nose, ears, cheeks. Relax. Softening the eyes, relaxing the forehead, crown. Relax. Energy fizzling in your mind. Relax. Begin to invite some movement into the tips of the toes, the fingertips, reawakening the body. Maybe do some wrist rolls, some ankle rolls. And maybe clasp your hands, stretch them overhead like you're just waking up. And let it all go. When you're ready, join me in a seated position, starting by rolling over to one side into a fetal position. Be reborn as a stronger person. Bring our hands to heart center. I thank you for letting me teach you this class today. And I hope that you practiced from and I taught from a place of complete authenticity. The light in me honors the light in you.